Alrighty everybody, today we return once again to the Exile lands in search of trouble. The server that we are going to be playing on for this fresh new adventure happens to be the most active official PvP server right this very moment. And it also happens to be the server where we recorded my last solo adventure on the Exile lands. That playthrough ended pretty tragically with a cheater using some crazy admin level cheats to wipe the server. But thankfully, as of today, over 2 months later since we were last here, the server has come back to life and we're ready to give the server another go. Let's do it. Alright, and we are back in the Exile lands once again. Now, like I mentioned in the intro, we have played on this server before, so the good thing is that we already have a character here that's level 60. We don't have to worry about grinding 60 levels for this day one here. And another good thing is that before the server died 2 months ago when we played here, I actually managed to stash some of my old loot, so we're not completely broke. We still have some stuff here. Right now I am gonna make my way to my stash that I've been keeping up over the last 2 months, waiting for this server to come back to live. And we're gonna get ourselves geared up with whatever I have there. Kind of forgot what's there. So I'll see you guys in a second. Alrighty guys, we are back. Just got myself geared up. I don't have the best armor in my stash. This is all I had before I left. We do have some decent weapons, a Star Metal Great Axe, got a few of these Disease Spike, which I don't really use, but I did practice a bit last time we were here. So good on weapons, no heals, no buffs, the good heals rather, and definitely no explosives. That's gonna be our main objective today. Get raid supplies, dragonpowder, battering rams, some more legendary weapons maybe so that we can hit a little bit harder instead of this non-throw crafted great axe as our primary one. We're also going to try and get a bit more armor, some Cimmerian. That's all I'm rocking for this playthrough and whatever we farm from other players. So yeah, today that's the main goal. Trying to get ourselves geared and with some bombs so that we can start raiding by day 2 already. Raid hours will be starting in about 6 minutes. Server pop looking pretty good right now. I'm sure it's going to get more busy as raid hours continues. But yeah, lots of new faces from what I've seen. No one from that old series is here. It's all new players. So that's great. New people to fight. Excited for that. But yeah, I guess first location right now. We're going to head to Al-Merayah. Pretty sure it's been looted already, but we're going to check if we can get some battering rams. Most importantly, maybe Musashi's blade, some explosive jars. We'll see. In that last solo journey that we recorded here, like I said, it ended with the cheater wiping the entire server. That cheater had some crazy admin level cheats. They were able to completely render your character useless on the server. They had the power to wipe all of your recipes, even these basic ones. You didn't have these anymore. I didn't have any emojis. I couldn't even punch or kick at times. Crazy cheats. So yeah, after he wiped all of my character's recipes, I basically ended up recreating my character and just using the materials that I already had to use the golden crafting method to power level up to level 60 within 15 minutes. So yeah, technically this is a fresh new character. I don't have any of the obelisk, any of my old previous recipes. We're gonna need to relearn those. So first obelisk we're gonna attune is gonna be here over at the sinkhole. A lot of pyramids here at sinkhole. That is a good sign of a healthy server with tons of clans. This is what we're looking for. Even more over there. Not even gonna bother checking. Just for anyone that is curious, right now I currently have an encumbrance build, no strength points, so if we do run into any players, we're not gonna be able to do much damage with our main weapon. We're gonna need to rely on these punching daggers. Hopefully we're not gonna run into any players just yet, not until we get our buffs and switch over to a fighter build. Right now I just really want to focus on farming some explosives. Just want to start raiding right off the bat. I have a lot of ideas after my last SIP to playthrough, which is the last time that I played about a week ago. I'm kind of left wanting to do a lot of raids. Sadly, we didn't get to do as much raiding as I would have wanted on that playthrough. Check it out. Got some explosive jars here. That is a great sign. We'll take it. And do we get battering ram? Yes, we do. Alright, I like how this thing is starting already with good luck. Musashi's... wow, even Musashi's blade, guys. We came here at the right time. There should be one more battering ram right outside here, I think. Yeah, I'm excited, guys. A lot of clans here, a lot of raids for us to do. And best of all, we don't have to focus on leveling up because we're already level 60. Yes. Alright, 3 battering rams. Let's go ahead and get out of here. Next place we're gonna head to, the Warmaker's dungeon. Let's do it. My absolute favorite dungeon on the Exile lands. I've praised this dungeon so much in the past. It's so good. There's so many chests all throughout, and the loot is insane. High level mats, a lot of dragon powder. You can easily get up to 100 just from running it 3 to 4 times, and a lot of legendary weapons. After running it a few times, we're gonna be ready to raid by tomorrow. A little bit of a walk there. I guess in the meantime, let's go ahead and just kind of study the player list. So bigger clans, let's see. The boys, the Legion, got 2 of them. We got Valhalla here, 1, 2, 3. Oh, this boys, a lot of members. Big clan, holy smokes. Really like what I see on the player list. All right, we're coming here over at Brim Lake. This is actually the only obelisk that I think, ooh, player over there. They see us, I think. Might be in trouble here, guys. They might come after us. Well, they said hello, but I did not want to stick around. Pretty sure we could have taken that fight, but I'm trying to be as focused as possible. I want to get raid supplies before we start fighting. All right, let's just go in here. Farm the Warmaker's dungeon. All right, let's see if we get anything here. We're gonna take all of these mats and repair kits. Right now here at the Warmaker's dungeon, we're here for bombs, some high level materials and legendaries, and of course the Grandmaster recipes so that we can upgrade our weapons. This boss is kind of bugged out right now. Normally I would just avoid this one, but since he's punching and doesn't do much damage, we'll just take him out. Let's see, are we gonna get lucky with this first boss? Nope. No two-handed hammer, but we get this one, water PvP. Alright, moving on to the next room. Don't have the key to that room, so we are gonna need to fight all the bosses here, the 3 bosses. Bosses are a little glitchy right now. They're all just punching. There we go, 5 minutes later, boss is down. Ooh, okay, I'll take this. The last time we were on this server, we really fell in love with the one-handed sword after using it for about maybe an hour or so, and then the cheater came and took it. Yeah, we get to continue practicing with it. So there's this boss here. I think we could farm it for another legendary weapon. Not really too concerned about weapons right now, since I have plenty at my stash. So we're just gonna move on to the next one. I just want to get the key to be able to move on to the other chest. There it is, 4 dragon powder. Nice. Alright, here's the boss, also punching. I'll see you guys in another 5 minutes. There it is. This one we just get a buff. What is it? Follower damage? We'll never use that. We don't use followers. Oh, and by the way, just in case you're a new player or you don't even play Conan, you're just watching the video. The reason why I'm fighting these 3 main bosses is because in order to move into the next room, we gotta get these statues from them. There are these extra bosses in the rooms before them, but you don't have to fight those. But you should, because you do get some extra weapons, but we're gonna skip them like I said. There it is, last one. Get the final statue to move on to the next room. And Yogg's touch, not the best. I don't like using one-handed axes. Not really that good for PvP. Also, let me check that player that we ran into. So they're part of the Ice Kingdom. Level 30 right here. Okay, so good thing we didn't fight them. They're new players. They're just getting started. Okay, let's get our key. Place our statues here. There we go. On to the next room. We'll be a little safer here. If any other players are scouting this dungeon, they're gonna at least need the key if they don't have it. This next room, a lot of chests here. That's all we're gonna do, just loot the chests. Okay, dragon powder, come on. There it is, 5 dragon powder. Look at that, 9. Love this dungeon. And don't worry guys, we're gonna start fighting real soon. Just gotta get these bombs first. Here we're just gonna go around the arena champion, get her armor unlocked, just in case you wanna get fancy with our raid armor. Doubt it, but you never know. Ooh, someone just said, can someone drop a map room at the Warmakers? So there's some people outside. Gotta be careful on our way out. We're gonna be super loaded. Okay, this room is really tricky to get the chests here. These elephants go crazy. But they might be a little bugged right now. Oh. 3. Oh, here they come. You could easily kill these elephants, but one time I did it and they ended up killing me somehow from one hit. Weird bug. Not willing to risk it again, especially because I don't have a spare key. No way we could get back all the way here after fighting the 3 other bosses in time. I would have to run to my stash, pick up an extra set of armor and weapons. Alright, made it to the Warmaker's room. Not gonna fight him, of course. We're just gonna loot these extra rooms here. 10 dragon powder, perfect. Ooh, some people are like, where is the PvP? It's gonna get crazy soon. Yeah, this person that's asking for PvP, they're right outside the Warmakers. Let's learn these recipes. We got the Grandmaster recipes, perfect. We gotta get out of here. Looks like a lot of action is going on outside the Warmaker's room. Kinda worried about having to get out of here. Might have to wait for things to die down outside. This is all of our progression today. Don't want to lose it. Check this out, I learned this from you guys. There's some secret chests here. No extra dragon powder though. So we ended up getting from this run 28 dragon powder and a few legendaries. 1, 2, 3. Could have gotten a few more if we have killed the other extra bosses. Good mats, extra mats as bonus. But yeah, honestly 28, that's kind of a low run of this dungeon. If you get lucky other times you could get up to 60 just from one run. I've gotten up to 17 dragon powder just from one chest. Alright guys, I am scared to go outside. I'm pretty sure there's some people out there. Let's see if these chests have respawned. Has it been 15 minutes? Yes, it has. And see, now we can even try this all over again, run the chest again, and within 3 runs you have 100 dragon powder. Perfect for your first raid on the server. Can't recommend this dungeon enough. Alchemical base, perfect. We'll need that alchemical base to make the better heals. Alright, let me look at the player list here real quick. There's one guy that's outside. Let's see who they are. This one here. Oh my gosh. Scared me. Let's just get out of here. They have multiple clan members. Let's go, let's go. Oh man. That skeleton spooked me. Alright, just gonna go to the Conan's tavern, get rid of this corruption. Don't really have that much, honestly. Just letting things cool off. Alright guys, cleaned up my inventory. This is all we got from this run. Not bad. I'm gonna do that Warmaker's dungeon one more time just to see how much I can get this time around. Just want to have 100 bombs ready to go tomorrow for our first raid, and then we can move on to our next task. So the Warmaker's dungeon is around here. I'm gonna set up a little chest somewhere in this area. Just in case we get killed, we at least don't lose our most important stuff like the dragon powder. Just gotta be careful, there's a lot of people just PvPing outside the Warmaker's dungeon. Not really the best time to farm. Usually I like to farm outside of raid hours when the server is a little more mellow. Yeah, I just decided to hop on the most active time to start this first episode. Alright, we'll leave our box right here. Hopefully these bushes will do a good enough job concealing it. course we'll leave all of our most important stuff. Alright, I'm off to do the Warmaker's dungeon one more time. Unless anything really exciting happens, I'm just going to show you the highlights when I find some really good loot and all that kind of stuff. Just running through the chest this time, no more bosses. Okay, coast is clear. Let's get back in here. 5 dragon powder, starting off good. $15, look at that. That's what I meant. Really high roll. Let's get some more. Make it to 100 with this 2 runs only. That'd be crazy. 4 on the low side. 5. Nice. Alright guys, moving on to the final rooms. So far we have 29 dragon powder. Still quite a few chests left. Might be able to make it to 100 or close to it with just 2 runs of this dungeon back to back. I think the chests here in these lock rooms at the Warmaker's dungeon, they do take a little bit longer than the regular chests to spawn in. So big chance they're gonna be empty right now. Let's see. Yeah, they've been looted already. So I think we've gotten pretty close to our end goal. I don't think I'm gonna do a 3rd run. Should be pretty close to 100, but this should be enough for our first raid. If anything, depending on the base that we decide to raid tomorrow, if we do need some extra bombs, we'll just come and do another quick run. As you guys have seen, it's super easy, super fast, doesn't take too long. But yeah guys, this is kind of my way of just farming dragon powder on the Exile lands. I never actually crafted on my own by farming all of the individual materials: brimstone, tar, steel fire, demon blood. I just farmed this dungeon and that's it. Then we raid other players, get their dragon powder, and that's how it is. At least for me, this feels like the least amount of work. I don't have to craft any benches. I don't have to farm individual materials and risk losing them to cheaters who can just vacuum all of my loot. I just quickly farm a dungeon, 10 minutes, boom, I'm out with 30, 40, 50 dragon powder at a time. I've said this a million times already throughout my playthroughs, but I just don't think it's worth it to spend so much time farming for armor, for weapons, for explosives, when cheaters can just take it away in a second. So for my journeys, I just do everything that takes the least amount of effort. And if I lose it in the end, it's no big deal because it didn't really take that much effort to get in the first place. All right, let's see what we got total. So 57. Not that close to 100 as I thought it would be. I will have to do another run of this dungeon, but I think for now we're gonna keep moving. I'll do that run on my way back. I'm gonna head over to the Mounds now, and over there I am gonna farm some raw pork so that we can make some salted pork. As we make our way there, we're also gonna explore. We're keeping our eyes out for any potential bases to raid tomorrow for day number 2. Right now, really what I'm looking for, maybe some kind of pillar base, because I do want to do some trebuchet raids. Those are always the most fun. Ever since we did our trebuchet raid against that South American clan in our last playthrough here on the server, man, I just fell in love with trebuchets. They're so much fun to use, and just from a distance, just watch people's bases get melted. And then once you're done with that, you just go on the ground, do some ground PvP. Oh, like this one, look at that. This is perfect what we're looking for. Hopefully it's an active person, because again, these have to be online raids. Oh yes, let me mark it down. So they were last active 1 hour ago. I'm gonna keep an eye out on the player list, see who they are. We'll come and scout it later, not now. Yeah, looking for something like that, and preferably a bigger clan, because that's always the most fun to go after. Once we get our 2 strength buffs, salted pork and black lotus potion, we'll be good to fight. Right now we just wouldn't really do any damage at all to any players. And actually I just looked at the clock. I am gonna have to leave in about 20 minutes. So we're gonna have to pause today until I get back later tonight. Got some IRL obligations I gotta attend to. So I'm thinking if I should just body vault or if I should set up a little shack somewhere. Could be a bit risky. Body vaulting, a cheater could just use ESP to locate our body. Right, guys, this will be completely stupid, but I am just gonna body vault right here and hope for the best. We might just come back and lose all of our progression from today, but I'm willing to risk it. Too lazy to go back all the way to my stash base. So I'll see you guys once I am back later tonight and we can continue this adventure. Wish me luck, guys. Alrighty guys, just got back home. We're about to hop back on the server, see if our body vault was found. Hopefully not. Really don't want to start. Kind of regret just being so lazy about stashing my body better. But we'll see right now. Hoping for the best. Okay, we're good guys. We are good. Nobody found us. Let me just equip everything and we'll be on our way. Let's see, right now we are on our way to this area here just to farm some raw pork from the boars. We're gonna need it for our salted pork buff. Trying to think, is there anything that I need here? You know what? We need some armor. Let's get it right here. Because right now our only set of armor is this. So we'll kill a few of the thralls here, get their armor. And then if we die at any point, we'll be ready to come back. We'll have some extra kits for tomorrow's raid. Should be a quick and easy farm for armor. Especially with these punching daggers. Super fast. We'll take this buff for now. Get some extra armor from it. Love this place. The Sumerian armor really gets the job done for me. And just for any new players that don't know about this, look at this location here. Right over here. If you need a guaranteed hardened steel pick, just come through here, through these spikes. When you get here, make a left, and on this wall here, you can find a guaranteed hardened steel pick. Should be here every time you need a pick for early game. You can loot a lot of the chests here too. You might get lucky, get even some star metal picks too. But if you don't get as lucky, there's that hardened steel pick right over there. There we go. Perfect. And we'll take the armor repair kit so that we can repair all of these armors. Another good set of armor we could farm is the Sobek cave or Sobek armor. That used to be my main spot before, but I kind of switched over to Sumerian armor. Alright, full set, come on. There it is, look at that. Ooh, look at that. Star metal great axe. We'll take it. That would be a great find if we had 0 weapons on this server. 2 extra sets, no helmet, but we're good. Really, we just need some armor to be able to farm other players for their armor. Alright, let's start making our way to this area here. Gonna go farm the boars for some raw pork. Alright, here we are. Don't need too much. One should do just fine. Now from here, we're just gonna make our way back down to the Warmaker's dungeon. I'm gonna quickly run it one more time. Don't worry, you're not gonna have to watch me go through it. Just to get up to at least, let's say, 70-80 explosives. I think we'll be good with that. Now, once we get done with all of this early game preparation, that's when we're going to start roaming. We're going to roam, start mapping out the map, finding our target for tomorrow's raid. And of course, if we run into any players, we'll fight them for sure, farm their armor, get to know the server a bit. Hopefully somebody set up a map room outside of Brim Lake here. I saw some players earlier today when we were playing asking if someone can set one up. Okay, somebody did. Perfect. So we'll be able to teleport directly to the sinkhole to get the salted pork recipe. But yeah, guys, so far so good. I know normally we start off at level 1, but I think we've done plenty of leveling throughout our solo journeys. This is what, my 11th solo journey. You've seen me level up so many times. I think it's fine to skip it this time. Just lets us get to the fun parts much faster. But yeah, just gonna run this dungeon real quick. And I'll let you know at the end how much dragon powder we have. Right now, we're starting off at 57. Alrighty guys, just did a full run. Very disappointing. Didn't get any dragon powder. First time ever. Usually at least I would get 3, but nothing. But that's okay. I think we're good right now with 57. If anything, tomorrow I'll just get on early off screen and just run this dungeon a couple times so that we can get to 100 dragon powder. But for now, honestly, not bad. Pretty good haul here. Got armor, bombs, battering rams, buffs. Right now we're about to go learn the salted pork recipe. We also here picked up some gray lotus powder, which we can make some gray lotus potions, and that's another strength buff, so I don't need to go all the way to the jungle to pick up the black lotus potion, which is another strength buff. I could use either, so we're good on that. We get to save that. not that it matters because we're still gonna roam around after this. We gotta find our first target on this server. All right, teleporting to Sinkhole here. After we get this salted pork recipe, we'll go back to my little stash and then we'll grab some materials and probably build a base that can hold all of our benches. We'll craft all the benches that we need, like the alchemist bench to craft heals and buffs, a fridge to hold our salted pork, that kind of stuff. All right, salted pork recipe, we got it. Let's get out of here. I'm gonna head over to my stash and I'll see you guys there. I think right here is a good spot. Yeah, let's do it. I think we'll go with a 4x3. It's a small little tier 1 shack. Don't need a whole lot of space. First things first, we're gonna need our alchemy bench. And this, we'll use it for heals, Black Lotus potion, which is our strength buff, and to be able to respec into a fighter or encumbrance build. Next, we are gonna need a stove so that we can cook some salted pork, our secondary strength buff, right over here. Also gonna need a grinder so that we can produce Grey Lotus powder or Black Lotus powder, whichever. Both provide strength buffs. And now lastly, our blacksmith bench so that we can craft. Really, there's only one weapon we craft, which is our star metal great axe. Let me go ahead and unlock that. There it is, our main weapon of choice, star metal great axe. To this date, still the best weapon for me personally. But we're not just going to be relying on this for this playthrough. We're going to farm a bunch of legendaries, mess around with all sorts of weapons, and just try and get good at every kind of weapon available. And as a matter of fact, so normally I run a strength build. I just max out my strength. I give myself 15 agility, max out my vitality, and 5 in grit. But I think I am gonna try and find an agility weapon that I can rely on so that I can always just run with an encumbrance build. It's gonna be a bit of a struggle for me. I'm not really a big fan of agility weapons, but as a solo, in my last playthrough with Sipta, I was struggling a lot to loot a lot of the enemies that I took down, the players, because they were carrying so much. And since I didn't have an encumbrance build, I just wasn't able to take much of their loot. But I think for this playthrough, we're definitely going to find the perfect agility weapon that's going to make me fall in love with agility and kind of move away from strength for now, at least. We'll see how we do with agility. If we can't find a good weapon, we'll always come back to strength. But at least for this first episode, we're going to be relying on strength weapons until we find ourselves the perfect agility. And then, of course, to craft the great axe, we're also going to need a carpenter's bench because we need to be able to make the weapon handles. I actually forgot, we also need to make the respec potion some blood. So we are going to need a press. There we go. We got our press. And really, this is all the benches that we need to be able to operate a successful PvP playthrough for me personally. Like I said countless times throughout my other playthroughs, I don't craft any armor. I only craft a star metal great axe and that's it. I live out of thrall armor that I farm for thralls, and then I use this cheap, easy armor to get to farm armor from players when we take them down. Yeah, not really much of a farmer, so this is really all we need. Simple life. This base gets raided, very easy to set up, we don't lose much. As long as there's stash base and doesn't get blown up, we're always good to come back. And even if we do lose our stash base, we can use the Mounds of the Dead to get some more gear, we can use the Warmaker's dungeon to get some materials, some dragon powder, do a raid, and we're back. Al-Merayah, of course, for some battering rams. Very easy to start, only takes about an hour or two, and we're back up. It's a very simple way to live. No need to build fancy bases, farm a bunch of materials, because again, on the Exiled lands, at any moment a cheater can stop by, vacuum all of your loot without even blowing up a single chest, and you lose everything, you lose all of your hard work. Alright, so I'm coming here to this camp just to farm some legs, I think, so that we can put them in the blood press. Human flesh, that's what I meant, not legs. Let's put these human flesh, make some more blood. Nice. I'm gonna go ahead and put our stone here, make some salt so that we can make the salted pork buff. Okay, let's go ahead and craft our Grey Lotus potion now. We'll craft 6. All right, let's get into that fighter build so that we can go out and scout for bases. As I mentioned, my fighter build, max strength, 15 in agility, max vitality. Big fan of glutton for punishment. And then last 5 points into grit for some additional stamina points. We'll take our Grey Lotus and we'll take our salted pork. And just like that, we're ready for battle. Let's go. No more hiding. We're ready to fight everyone, whoever we run into. Make some enemies day 1. That'd be nice. Alright, so I think we're just gonna start with... let's just scout the jungle. Always a fun location to get started. Used to not really like the jungle in the past because I would always get lost, but and I started forcing myself to scout it more often, becoming more familiar with it, and honestly kind of grew on me. So that is always my favorite place to scout first. Alright, we're coming up on the jungle now. We're gonna go ahead and start with the southern portion of it. Just on the lookout for any fun bases. I do want to start with the trebuchet raid. Hopefully we're not too rusty. Usually here, right at the beginning, not gonna find too many bases. Most bases are gonna be in this area here. Base here, looks like some kind of rat nest. Already been hit potentially. Whoa. Gliding. Yeah, it's about to decay 25 hours. At least we'll go ahead and mark it that there is a map room here for the next 25 hours. Right, so officially here where all the temples are. Let's hope for some bases, some action. Since we're so close to the water and if we run into anyone, kind of wish I brought a water PvP weapon. Look at that. Thick base. Ooh, someone's here. One player is currently online from that clan. Won't really be able to scout it right now. Not that I want to, I already know that's not gonna be our first raid on this server. Maybe 3rd or 4th if anything. These bases take a lot of work. Alright, let's see if it's the same clan right across. Nope. This one's about to decay. 47 hours. Let's see, maybe we can get a better look at this base from here without alerting the owner. So, pretty beefy base. It's gonna take more than 100 bombs. And some magic, of course. Will I learn magic for this playthrough? Who knows? I would have to be really committed. Learned magic the last time I was on this server. Had my recipes wiped by a cheater. So not really worth the effort. But we could still treb it. That could be fun. Although the only thing that sucks about trebbing this base is that whatever section of the base is protected by that physical temple, you can't hit it with the treb. So you can break all this stuff here at the exterior, but the loot room, which is usually inside this dome, can't hit it with the treb. Like I said, right now, just looking for some tower bases. That's what I want. I want to be able to just completely melt a tower base. That last playthrough on this server, this is where that Brazilian clan that we were fighting the entire time. This is where they were stationed. Let's see who's here now. Oh, so it's the same fella that's over at the docks. Alright, let's get this southern obelisk attuned so that we can teleport here if we need to. So southern jungle pretty much governed by that Phoenix clan. I don't know if it's a whole clan or just a solo. Right now just one player online. Got a base here. Who might live here? Looks like it's already been hit. Okay, it's been a few days since it's been visited. A lot of benches, good ones. So this could potentially be a base that we could live out of in case our little shack gets raided. We can just live out of here, no one will suspect. I think the best location to find tower bases, pillar bases, probably the frozen north. Right here, all this area. People love building there. Just gonna check here this meta location. Okay, that Phoenix clan, not a solo. Another player is online right now, so there are 2 right now. Here it is. Possibly been raided already. Duo. Okay, 142 hours. It's been a long few days. Let's make our way to that northern jungle obelisk. See what we find along the way. And then we'll start making our way to the highlands. There it is. Got it? Get the feeling this map room here belongs to that Phoenix clan. Yep. They have it all locked up. Alright, let's get out of here. This is all I really wanted, just to get the obelisk. We're gonna start making our way here to the highlands. I'm sure we'll find some nice tower bases there. Alright, let's use in this hidey hole cave base. Oh, actually got 2 of them online right now. Okay. Based on the Steam profile, it seems like they are from South America. So if we do fight them, it's gonna be a really bad ping. Almost at the highlands. Got a big base here, another cave base. Let's see who's here this time around. These guys were here last time we played here. When was it? Back in December? There it is. Tower base, guys. First one. Okay. Alright, who's it gonna be? Please let it be an active clan. So it's got fences all around. We're not gonna be able to scout the top. And like I said, this player was online earlier. But this base hasn't been visited in a while, so definitely not a main base. Not our primary choice, but can't find any other bases to raid. We got this one. If we do go against this clan, we could just set it up on this pillar here. Perfect spot. Hopefully they have some clan mates. I think while we're here, I might as well get the obelisk here at the frozen bridge. Let's do it. Got a decayed base. Ooh, no way. Carpenter? Ah, but it's heavy. Not that I'll need a carpenter. Do we just leave it? I think this carpenter is really good for making bows. Not really a bowsman though. Although that is one of my dreams to one day try and get good with the bow, but it's such a difficult weapon. Alright, let's see. I'm gonna craft a little box. Maybe come pick it up later. Just gotta make a hatchet. We're gonna leave it right here. Not the most hidden, but again, don't really care for a carpenter. Hopefully there's a map room here. Yes, right over there. Very nice. And someone's been here recently. Looks like not much is there. Alright, we're gonna swim across. Get back to this side. Oh, actually guys, we might die here. Oh, yeah, we're gonna die. That was really bad. Ah. I feel like this bridge is the one place that has taken many lives. I would love to know the stats of how many players have died here. Great, back in business. Let's continue our quest, finding the perfect base to raid. Got another Phoenix base here. These guys are everywhere. It might be one of the alphas at this point. Ooh, didn't know that emoji was here. Let's see what it looks like. Damn, that was quick. Good emoji to do when you're AFK. Train your muscles while you're away from the keyboard. Okay, so I'm gonna start heading towards the crevice, see who's stationed there. Another alpha location. Super Lemon. Okay. 2 hours ago, they're sleeping down there. Oh, and by the way guys, I did want to mention real quick, just for context, after we came back online earlier in the episode when we body vaulted over at the Mounds, we came back and we were farming the thralls there for armor, right? Once we got done with that, I actually ended up having to log off again because some IRL obligations came up. And yeah, it's actually been somewhere between a week or 2 now since we basically started this episode. I just ended up getting busy this past week or 2 and didn't have much time to record and continue this episode. And really all I've been doing is just focusing on editing right now, which at this time I'm currently editing the Sipta series, and episodes have been airing every Friday. So as you can see here on the player list, the server's still pretty active right now. Raid hours just ended 19 minutes ago. But a lot of the clans that were here when we were at the Warmaker's dungeon, they're no longer here. A lot of them have been wiped. So we have some new faces yet again within this episode. Don't really know what happened. Been reading in global chat trying to piece everything together, but I'm still a little bit confused. Yeah, like see this clan here, they were one of the big clans when we first started this episode 2 weeks ago when we were back at the Warmaker's dungeon. But now that we're here 2 weeks later, they're completely wiped from the server and I have no idea what happened. Many of the big clans from then are just gone now. Let's see, anyone here? Tomorrow is Saturday, so I'm pretty hopeful that it's going to be a really active day on the server. And if we can't find any PvP today, we'll just continue this episode tomorrow as well. We gotta get some fights in at least. scout player. We'll definitely fight him. Who is that? Another player here. Let's fight him. Gotta watch out for those heavy attacks. They might just teleport in and out. Yep. Had this happen last time too. Alright, they're going over there. If they have the key, they will get away. Oh, they were hiding. Ooh, just made it. Oh. Second. There we go. One more. Got him. All right. What do they got? We'll take the heals. We'll let him keep the rest. Here, let's give him back some of his heals. That was a fun little fight to get the playthrough started. There's also a good sport about it too. Always appreciated. Now let's see if we can find that other player that was on that horse. Also ended up taking 2 skeleton keys out of that inventory. Oh, here he comes. Yeah, it's that same player. Now we'll fight him. Oh, archer build. Okay. This could be tricky. Short sword. Gotta be careful with the lag. Looks like they're gonna run instead. Can they get to the map room? Oh. Very low. Hopefully they don't have a base here. Okay, so I just talked to him on local chat and he said that he doesn't have any loot, that he just started. So we'll go ahead and leave him alone. We'll fight him next time once he's more established and better geared. So we still got that carpenter. I do gotta pick it up soon before the chest decays. Let's go back to Sinkhole, see what's happening there. That first fight with the sorcery build really fired me up, just trying to PvP at this point. Alright, I think we'll go back to base. We're gonna depot all this, go pick up that carpenter. Alright. Got some dragon powder, some keys. Let's go ahead and remove this, and this should be enough weight to be able to carry that carpenter. Alright, chest still here with our brand new carpenter. So I think now I'm just gonna call it for the night, and then tomorrow we'll continue still this day 1 episode. I know it's really just an accumulation of 4 days that I just haven't been able to play for a full day. But yeah, we'll just technically still call it day 1, just so that it keeps the order of episodes 1, 2, 3. So yeah, we'll head back to base and then we'll log back in tomorrow when the server is more loaded. We'll continue fighting more players, and ultimately how I want to end this episode is finally securing where our next raid is going to be. I want us to have a target ready to go for day 2, and then day 2 is going to be the preparation, setting up the raid, and then the actual raid. All right, home sweet home. Should be good to go tomorrow. See you guys in a second. Alrighty everybody, good morning. It is now the very next day, and once again we're continuing this day 1 adventure. Possible I'm hoping to get some more fights, but our main goal right now to end the episode is finding our raid target for day number 2. So we're gonna continue our scout. Let's see what we've done. Actually, let me take out these hyenas first. There we go. So, for the most part, we've scouted the jungle. Not a thorough search, but good enough. The main locations we checked. Went through the highlands around here. Haven't had a chance to scout the side here just yet. And of course, we've checked this area here. So yeah, I think we're just gonna go travel across here up to Separmaru. See what bases are around that area. Should be a crocodile boss here. What do you guys say we take it out? Farm the skeleton key. Got 2 from that player that we looted. And maybe we'll make a quick stop by the Warmakers again. I'm sorry guys. It's my favorite place to go. A lot of legendary chests there. Got it. Right now I'm trying to think. I said earlier that I was hoping to one day adjust to just a pure agility build once I can find a weapon that I actually like. I know there's daggers, of course, punching daggers like these, but I'm not a big fan of them. So I'm trying to see what a good agility weapon there is. I think maybe I could settle for a one-handed sword. Not a short sword. Not really a big fan of those. But the regular one-handed ones. Don't really know which ones are the agility ones though. But right now when we turn these skeleton keys in, we'll be able to check. There's actually another boss here that we could farm for some skeleton keys. It's a spider boss, we'll go ahead and get it. And actually we got a tier 2 base up here. Or is that, yeah, tier 2. Yeah, already been hit. This was a while ago. This base only has 57 hours left. Damn, looks like a lot happened, guys, in those 2 weeks that I was gone. Hoping to get really lucky with these legendary chests, get some two-handed hammers. The drunken sword could be cool too that we used in our last playthrough. Such a good weapon for anyone that's super laggy. Another very easy boss to take down, not too tanky. There we go. Look at this, the Nemedian. I think with this helmet, it has some weird thing where you can repair the battering rams. You take damage. That's a good helmet. Alright, 4 keys, guys. Really miss when the chests used to be right next to their bosses. Ooh. Ah. Looks like this one's still here, though. My least favorite weapons are the one-handed hammers. I think the one-handed maces are definitely better for thralls, but I think I should take for one of the episodes, just take it as a challenge. Use one of these for PvP. I just don't think they're that good for that. Very easy to predict. Really unfortunate that so many of the alpha clans have been wiped. I think it's kind of left the server with duos, solos, trios at most. You know what? I've never been in this cave before. Let's go see what's in here. It's a crystal cave. Let's see, there's got to be a boss in here, I would imagine. Yeah, never been to this cave. And there's a lot of these. No boss, huh? No chest? Well, I see why I haven't been in here. Not much in here besides crystals. While we're passing through here, let's go ahead and check who's at the Southern Aqueduct. There's gonna be a weaker boss here, this guy. 1 skull. We'll take him out. This one drops a legendary weapon. This right here, Eye of Watcher. And if you need some extra cold protection, this gives you some of that. So if you want to travel to the frozen north early in your journey, come kill this boss here. Here's the location. Yeah, it's inactive. Not gonna bother once again. Got another 3 skull boss here. Let's see how hard he is to take out. Oh, it should be easy. Just gotta avoid the flames and the tail. There we go. Hardened steel. Oh, we just want the key. Oh, no key. Interesting. Alright, making our way back to Brim Lake. No tower bases so far, guys. Just mostly cave bases, temple bases, some RP bases, and a lot of raided bases. Alright guys, so at this point, we've gone through the Warmaker's cave quite a few times, so I'm not going to torture you guys with having to go through it again with me. I'm going to quickly run it, just farm the dragon powder, and then at the very end, once we get to the legendary chests, we're going to unlock them and we can see what weapons we get. I'll just see you guys once I've ran this cave one more time. Oh guys, by the way, real quick, still not done with the dungeon. Just been farming the statues because I forgot my main key at home to go to the next room, so I'm just farming these and for additional weapons. But I did want to share real quick, another reason why this dungeon is so good is because in these chests you can actually find perfected heavy padding, or medium, light, whatever. You can get some good padding. This is very costly to make these. It just takes a lot of materials, but here you can actually get it for free. So let's say you want to craft some heavy Silent Legion armor. You don't got to worry about the padding and spend all these resources on it. You just got to get the other materials, which is just, what is it, star metal and some black ice. And you're good to go. You can craft some of the best armor. Actually, one of you actually brought that up in the comments, and I was like, that's actually a good idea. It's pretty quick. If we can just farm the padding, then crafting the armor itself should be pretty easy. Maybe even easier than having to farm thralls like how I do for this. And we can actually craft some better armor instead of just going with Sumerian or the Sobek cave, which is what I usually go with. I had another chest earlier in the other boss room, gave me 17 perfected heavy padding. I would start picking them up now, but I don't have an encumbrance build, so I'm very limited in what I can carry, so I'm just making room for the legendary weapons. But yeah, I'm gonna farm this dungeon over and over throughout this playthrough on my own, of course, and I'll be sure to start collecting those perfected paddings so that we can craft some regular armor instead. Should be pretty easy. Yeah, great idea. Thank you for sharing in the comments. I wouldn't have thought to pick those up because I just don't like crafting armor because it's so costly. After the loot revamp, now that you can get the perfected padding, that takes away a lot of the expensive work that comes with crafting armor. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish this dungeon and I'll catch you guys once we're at the legendary chest. Alright, real quick, one more time guys. Just found this chest here. Got 15 DP, which is great. And look at this, perfected heavy padding. And I think here, I actually just picked up some perfected light padding. So if I wanted to make some light armor, that would be really good. Could probably make some light Silent Legion with maybe the dragon bone armor. I don't know, I'm kind of outdated with meta armors, to be honest. Like I said, I haven't crafted armor in a really long time. Yeah, that's crazy. I actually just looked it up. So for any light armor, for example, we could, I guess one of the best ones for agility is the ranger armor. All we would need is some light padding, which we have already 13, and some silk, super easy to get at spider caves, and we would be able to upgrade to some of the best meta armor. Of course, we don't have a shield, right? So it's not gonna have the best stats, but still better than this. You at least get the bonus stats. So definitely for later episodes, that's what we're gonna be doing. Kind of sad that I have to drop this, but I am running out of room here. Yeah, unfortunately, we will have to leave that behind, but I'm sure we'll be able to pick that up some other time. All right, see you guys at the end one more time. Okay, one more time. Sorry, guys. Look, now I just found medium here. So we can get all sizes, I guess. Medium, light, heavy, and quite a few. This is already almost a set and a half that we can craft if we wanted that. And look at that, some dragon powder. Very nice. Looks like we are gonna meet our 100 dragon powder goal that we wanted. All right, now that I've shown all the sizes for armor, I'll see you guys at the end. Actually got a chest here, legendary. Ooh, that will count as the first one. Let's see this weapon that we picked up. Agility weapon, cripple 59. Okay. Look at that. Oh, perfect. And it is just a regular one-handed sword. So this, we might be able to just run our encumbrance build with this. We'll just upgrade it with the master weapon fitting. That is perfect. Very good run. Very happy. Excited to craft some better armor now. Let's get our legendaries. This one has quite a few here. There's about 5 or 6. Let's see, which one should we pick? Let's test our luck. We'll go with the middle one. Ah, another one. Come on, give us another one-handed sword. Oh. Alright, we're dropping this. Not gonna be using any of these. Alright, well, at least we came out with this one. We got our agility weapon. Let's get out of here. And 28 dragon powder. Alright, we're back at the entrance. Just gonna go ahead and loot the chest here at the front again. To respawn by now. We took our sweet time here. Oh, dragon powder. And 19, look at that. That's gotta be heavy. 19 heavy padding. Insane. So we can craft. So I think ideally for armor, I want to craft. For heavy, definitely Silent Legion heavy. That's going to be good for raids. Gives you strength points too. For light armor, we can craft. I would like the Ranger, but the whole process to get Ranger armor takes a good while to unlock that recipe. I think we have to complete all the dungeons. Again, not worth it because we don't even stick around long enough on servers. We're here for a week and then we're out. Alrighty guys, it's been 10-15 minutes now. Came back to base after doing a little bit of research on the Wikipedia. And right now, I am about to switch over to an Encumbrance build. And after further research, I think this time I'm gonna go ahead and max out all the way to Rolling Thrust. For that extra 25% increase armor pen, we're gonna go full Vitality. And then we're gonna go full Expertise for that Beast of Burden so that we can stop worrying about carry weight. And this is gonna be a major change for us. We're gonna try to finally just stop relying on strength weapons, which is what we've always done. That's what we spent the majority of our time doing earlier today, getting the salted pork buff, the Grey Lotus potion, just because I thought we were gonna be relying on strength weapon. But I think we're switching over. We're gonna try some new things for this playthrough. And yeah, main weapon for today until we get some better agility ones. I still gotta do more research on that. It's gonna be this one. I don't even know how to pronounce it. 59 health damage. With the upgrade, it should do much more. Right now, I'm gonna go to my stash base, pick up some star metal and some oil so that we can craft a few of these upgrade kits. And I think for our second weapon, I could play it safe and also bring a star metal, which is again, it's our main weapon that we've always used. But I think maybe I should rely on some disease spike for my secondary weapon instead of the star metal for this agility build now. Let's go to my stash base real quick, pick up those items. And then after that, I'm gonna make a quick trip to the Mounds and farm some Crimson Lotus flower, because that's what we're gonna need to be able to craft agility buffs now. So instead of crafting salted pork, we're gonna craft salted exquisite meat. We'll farm that exquisite meat right now. I think these give it, right? Might be one of their rare items. Just getting savory flesh. Now, in regards to the whole armor thing that I was talking about earlier, how I was going to switch from this to something that I craft myself, I think the only armor that I'm going to craft is going to be the heavy Silent Legion armor. To me, it seems like it's the cheapest to make. We just got to get some alchemical base, which we have, some star metal, which we have. And I think that's pretty much it, besides the heavy padding. There are agility armors that I could craft again, like the Ranger, but like I said, a little bit too much effort. The Skelos is the next best one. Alright, back from my stash base. Let's see. Try and get some more. Trying to see if I can get some exquisite meat. Instead of using that stone cleaver, I'm gonna use the hatchet. Let's see if this will work. I guess these don't give exquisite meat unless I need maybe a star metal cleaver. But we're going to the Mounds anyways. There's a few animals there that give that exquisite meat. Just heading back to base right now. Got some star metal, some oil for my stash. We're gonna upgrade these weapons and finally start roaming with an agility build. We'll see how it goes for us. If I can successfully get accustomed to agility weapons, that'd be really awesome, because we'll never have to worry about weight. In the last playthrough on Sipta, man, it was just a huge struggle, our weight capacity. Again, we were always running a strength build, so we would take down quite a few enemies and we just couldn't take all of their loot. Now, if anyone in the comments knows of any good agility weapons that aren't just daggers, punching daggers, or katanas, let me know in the comments. Maybe an agility hammer, that'd be cool. No spears, they're not that great anymore, sadly. Used to be one of my favorite weapons back in the day before the nerf. One-handed swords are good. No short swords. I was looking through my stash. I have some really good two-handed strength hammers. If you decide to quit on this agility encumbrance build for PvP, definitely have those to fall back on. Alright, back at base. Let's get these master weapon fittings crafted. Alright, upgrade these. And this damage goes up to 59. Ooh, That's kind of bad. Oh, there we go. 64 and 21 armor pen. That armor pen's gonna be great mixed with this right here. Rolling thrust. After dodging, your next attack is 25% increased armor pen. And then our secondary weapon, the punching dagger, is always great. Not really that good with these just yet. Haven't had much practice with them, but I've seen people use them. They seem really OP. And now we say goodbye to our Star Metal Great Axe after a long run of using it. It's always there if we need it though. Alright guys, let's go get these buffs. We need to make the Salted Exquisite Meat. And we need, right here, the Elixir of Grace. Just need some Crimson Lotus. Should be pretty easy to get. All in the same area. Alright, let's see. For the one-handed sword, sprint attack is great. Then heavy attack, if we can time it right. Or if we're in close combat, light attack roll. Like that. And I think the light attack has some really good hyper armor. Okay, I think this one's gonna have Exquisite Meat. Ooh. Let's see. There we go. Perfect. 48. That's all we need. Now a quick trip to the Mounds. There it is, Crimson Lotus, right next to the obelisk. Alrighty guys, back at base. Already went ahead and cooked the Exquisite Meat, but I forgot to start my recording back up. That's why we now have an agility weapon damage buff, 15% increase. Right now we are kind of grinding down the lotus flower so that we can make, let's see, our Elixir of Grace. That will be our second buff for agility weapons. And I think now what we're going to do is we're going to make our way to the Black Keep dungeon up here so that we can learn the Silent Legion armor. And there's also some really good chests there, just like the Warmaker's dungeon. I don't think it's as good from my experience, just my luck. But there's some chests there, and I'm sure we'll be able to get some heavy padding there as well to craft that heavy Silent Legion set that we want to be able to do raids. And if there's still some time, we'll do a roam and see if we can get our first agility weapon kill. But yeah, let's go ahead and take our Elixir of Grace. There we go. 2 agility buffs. And you know what I also forgot? I actually don't need to leave my Star Metal Great Axe behind because I have an Encumbrance build, so it doesn't weigh me down. So we're gonna bring it just as a last resort. If we are completely failing with these, we'll bring it. Dang, we're almost set. Haven't been able to find the perfect base to rate for the next episode, but if we don't get that done today, we'll do it in the next episode. We'll find a base, we'll do all the prep work, we'll raid it. At least we're pretty much geared up and ready to go. Got dragon powder too, most importantly. Over 100 at this point. I didn't really check, but I want to see how much layered silk we can get from these dungeons too. Because if we can get a good amount of layered silk, we can skip having to do silk plus alchemical base to make it. That saves a lot of resources. That's the only reason why I decided not to craft anything like the Skelos set. Just don't want to invest in layered silk. But if we can get a good amount here, then I think we'll also craft Skelos set just for our agility set. I know the way to the boss room, but I do want to loot some of the chests here real quick. Let's do that. We're gonna be so corrupted by the time we're out of here. Oh, raw ash. That's one of the ingredients for the Skelos set. We're also gonna need the recipe if we do get enough layered silk. Elixir of Freedom, we'll take that. Black Lotus, Gray Lotus. Alright, let's go. We'll probably go through the whole dungeon. So nice to be able to loot everything that you want. There it is, perfected light padding. We'll just take all the paddings we get. Maybe we'll change our mind on what armor to get. So here I think there should be, yeah, extra chest. Ooh, ooh, damn. Sneaky traps. And these monsters drop padding, but it's not the good one. Alright, this is a trap right here. Perfected heavy padding, nice. Layered silk, only 2 though. Ooh, Elixir of Grace. More agility buffs. Layered silk, very nice. This dungeon definitely has more chests than the Warmakers, but I feel like the loot's not as good. See, so many chests so far, no dragon powder yet. A lot of traps. A lot of good mats. Elixirs. Heavy padding, okay, just what we need for the Silent Legion armor. Medium padding, nice. And I think we're almost, yep, right here, made it. Just gotta learn the recipes, don't need to fight these. Alright, let's get out of here. Oh. Okay, we got it at least. I think here it's only fish, right? Yeah. Alright, made it through the dungeon, got the recipe we need. Check it out. No dragon powder at all. Very little adding. So that's why I don't consider this dungeon to be as profitable to do. Another place that a lot of people recommend is the silver mine. A lot of chests there. But again, the few times that I ran that place, I just end up with something similar like this. Good tools, good early game tools and stuff, but not much dragon powder. So I think with what we got right now, we could definitely at least craft one set of heavy Silent Legion armor. That's what we're gonna go do right now. First impressions of this agility build, just from fighting NPCs. I feel like it hits a little bit weaker than my strength build when it comes to the thralls, the monsters. But we'll just have to see how different it is for players. That's what I really care about. Biggest advantage, of course, look at all we can carry. Oh, look at that. Tier 3 sorcerer. Let's take him out actually, because it has the chance to drop the Skelos armor. I think we have it. Yes. Oh, I already have it. I had no idea. There it is, the medium one. If we can get enough layered silk. Just not willing to waste my alchemical base on crafting layered silk. I'll have to run the Warmakers. I can't remember how good the layered silk drop is there. We're gonna need to craft an armor's bench, improved one. Do we have everything we need for that? We don't. We're missing some steel, which I do have back at my stash. Or actually, since I'm being so lazy and don't feel like walking all the way to my stash, what if we just turn our steel reinforcement into some steel? We have enough, just need 50. And of course, I forgot one crucial ingredient. We need some black ice to craft the Silent Legion armor. Gotta go back up north. I think we just need like a node or two and we're good to go. I actually got a base up here. That's who it belongs to. We can check who's here at the ice cave. Dang, I don't have my hammer. Left it back at base. Okay, that's the solo player still on the server. Yeah, I remember there being two nodes in this area. This is where I first came when I was still very newbie to get the first black ice ever when I wanted to upgrade my base to tier 3 for the first time. I was too afraid to go here, so I just snuck my way around here. Guys, I'm so dumb. I don't even have a tool to farm black ice, even if I were to find some. Let's see, what if we go to this cave here, we get some black blood tools. Let's see if we get lucky. These monsters are scary. Oh, but very easy to kill. I think the issue is we still gotta farm them, right? We're not gonna find sticks and stones here. There's this 3 skull boss here. There we go. Ooh, yes. Guys, just what we needed. Absolute luck. Everything works out in the end, right? So it's only the boss that will drop that tool. These don't drop anything. Did we check the end of this cave? I don't think I've ever been here. I wonder what's up here. Legendary chest, we can use the key. Oh, really? Shield. Alright, goodbye chest. Wanna see what's up here. The view looks crazy. Oh. Where are we? think at this point the episode has been kind of long, so once we get that armor, we'll definitely call it. And we'll do all the scouting, preparation, and actual raid in the next video. Yeah, that solo took over this place. Ooh, they're building here. Yeah, that's them. Let's see if they're up for a fight. We'll fight, and I said no looting because he's building. Alright, here we go, guys. Oh. Got into a bit of trouble there. Alright, switch over to these. Oh, that hurts. We might die here. Almost got him. Can't get too desperate. Just need one more sprint attack. There we go. Ooh, close fight. Struggled a bit. Got that ranger armor I was talking about. A lot of building mats. But we won't take a single thing. We told them no looting. Good first practice we got, at least. Gonna need a lot of practice. There they go. Let's get out of here. Alright. I'm glad we got one more fight in, because we've been doing a lot of farming today. I guess it might even be worth it to try out the katana. Very easy to get. Musashi's blade, we can just farm it over and over. Did not do very well with this. I was just getting tagged a bit too many times. Alright, back at home base. Let's get this bench finally crafted. We'll place it right there. Now we can craft. Let's see, where is it? Let's see, the skelos. Gonna need that layered silk. Now the Silent Legion needs star metal, black ice, and alchemical base. Hopefully I have enough alchemical base here. Yeah, we have everything. Can finally craft our Silent Legion set. Looking good. For our first raid, we're pretty much set. Got the explosives. I got the rest back home. I think I got about 60 or 50, something like that. So 100 total. We're ready to go, guys. Just gotta find a base in the next episode. Gotta do a little bit of prep work, whether it's a trap base or just going with the battering ram. We'll see. So yeah, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Had a good time returning to the server. I'm excited. I'm sure it's gonna get loaded real soon. We're gonna have lots of great raids against some of the bigger clans on this server. Should be a fun time. So if you enjoy this sort of content, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss any future episodes. See you guys on day number 2, guys. Take care. Ooh, look at that. Great shot.